All right, you guys know what time it is. It is now 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. It's a Wednesday night. It's time for another Dr. Pigskin stream. Let's go. Let's do this. Feeling pretty good for this one. As I said in my community post here earlier, it's going to be a little bit more of a chill one today. I genuinely have no idea how long this one is going to go, but as promised, some more just off-season content, right? Just hanging out, talking a little ball, playing some games, just kind of having a good time, right? There's nothing too crazy going on right now necessarily. There's some news that we'll hit here in a little bit. But I mean, like, the peak of free agency is over now. The draft is about a month away. I am getting ready for that. I've been diving into a few more prospects. I even played around with the PFF mock draft simulator yesterday. Had a little bit of fun with that. There's some matches already that I'm making in my head. There's certain fits that really make me happy, right? And I think I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. I'll do my mock draft of sorts, as I like to say, where it's not purely a prediction and there'll be like some realism in it, right? But really it's just me doing a mock draft of picks that I like. But that'll be coming soon. Might be next week or the week after. It'll be a little bit closer to the draft. It'll be an April thing. That's what I'll say. But I am getting prepared for that, and I am pretty fired up for that. But as always, you guys know the drill, right? If you're in here, feel free to say hello in chat. Looks like we've got two people filing in here already. We got Caden and Pearchamp in here. Good to see you guys. How you guys doing? Pearchamp saying, how's it going? I'm doing pretty well. I can't lie. Nice day outside today. Got some fresh air. Went on a nice little walk. Was fairly productive. Worked on my video here a little bit, right? Sent in a job application today. So all the things. And of course, I cooked up this thumbnail that I'm just way too proud of. But Rocket League and ball talk, am I right? Just a chill stream today. But Caden saying I was hoping to see some hands in the air action, but you can't complain when you get Lamar after asking for Drake May. Wait. Okay, so I'm assuming you mean like hands in the air, like for the thumbnail, right? Where I'm going like, But you can't complain when you get Lamar after asking for Drake May. I'm not gonna lie, that one's going over my head a little bit. I don't know. I might be a little slow today. I will say, for as well as I'm doing right now, I did not get an abundance of sleep last night. I was feeling it a lot more this afternoon. I ended up taking a nap, which I almost never do. But we're locked in now. I've got my water. I had a nice dinner, so we're going to have a nice little stream. Okay, and saying, yo, I didn't even see the response to my comment this morning. That's wild. Dude, I'm not going to lie. That's another thing that is just going over my head right now. But anyways, Matt and Drake. Okay. I don't know. Maybe we can figure this out later. But, yeah. So what we're going to do here today, right? It is 7 o'clock. Now, I don't know how many of you guys are Rocket League players. I know some people have mentioned that in the past. I think it was Laywell was playing in a tournament once while I was doing a stream. We were kind of cheering him on, right? Man, doesn't that feel like a long time ago? But I think what the plan is here for today is I'm going to hit a few news items here in a sec, right? I've got ESPN pulled up on my big screen here. We'll switch over in a little bit. Just a few signings I want to talk about. Maybe a rule change or two, which I said I was going to talk about last week, and then I just completely forgot about it. Just didn't quite get to it, right? Because I've got some takes on that. I would like to talk about some of these proposed rule changes, potentially. But then after that, I've got a fun little treat here, right? I keep saying, it's fun to just like have a little game for me to play, right? So at 8 o'clock my time, aka about an hour from now, there will be a Rocket League tournament. And shout out Caden and shout out Jack Gothberg. They're going to be getting in there with me. We're going to do a little threes tournament. And while we're playing, it's just a nice little ball talk Q&A, dishing out opinions. You guys get the vibes, right? You guys get it. But just a chill Wednesday night stream, trying to stick to the schedule. Pearchamp says he's doing all right. Hope the job app works out for me. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. It would be communications coordinator for the Harlem Globetrotters, which is kind of crazy, right? Believe it or not, their corporate office is in Atlanta. Well, it's in a suburb of Atlanta. You get the point though, right? But that kind of surprised me. My mom was actually the one that found it. And yeah, their corporate office is in Peachtree Corners, Georgia, which is close to where I want to end up, right? And I'm like, well, that's crazy. Shoot, why not, right? Why not? So we'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens. But let's switch over screens right here. There's a few things I wanted to talk about, right? I want to make sure I click the right one. Yeah, we got Christine in here too. Let's go. Saying, hey, thank you. Good to have you in here, Christine. Let's go. Welcome to the stream, a little Rocket League and ball talk. I know you're appreciating the the thumbnail earlier too in the setup. So let's go. Good to have one of our resident Falcons fans in here. And we got Games Solved in here too. Welcome, Games. Good to have you back in here. Saying good luck. Thank you, man. I appreciate all your support. You know, it's been a crazy journey, right? I say the whole Jacoby Brissett thing, but we're finding our way right on cue. Jack too. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that. Everyone filing in. What up to you, Jack? Hope you're doing well, man. But all right, here we go. So speaking of Jack, speaking of the Seahawks, play little connections here. Russell Wilson to the Giants, right? This broke last night. I don't want to say surprising, because I feel like the Giants and the Steelers are the two teams left at the quarterback market. But it is a little surprising because the Giants already brought in Jameis Winston, right? Everyone thinking, oh, the Giants are going to go quarterback at 3 in the draft, right? I mean, hey, Daboll and Joe Shane are like fighting for their lives right now. I mean, I've said this many times, right? They're probably on the hottest seat in the NFL right now. Got to figure out the quarterback situation. Talked a little bit about the Giants defense last week. Like some of the pieces there, even some decent pieces on offense. But the big question, right, is, okay, who's going to be the quarterback? Little bit of an interesting move, I think, just because they already brought in Jameis, right? And I mean, that's the big headline right here, right? Russell Wilson expects to be the starting quarterback. Also, I'm realizing it is not showing. Hold on. I'm so sorry. It still does this sometimes. So what I have to do is this, and then this. There we go. Now you guys can actually see what I'm seeing. I might need to do that for my other screen here too. But yeah, it is surprising that, he expects to be the starting quarterback, which if this is the case, that means they're probably not going to take a guy at 3, right? Which makes me wonder if the first 2 picks are going to be quarterback or if they just don't like Shedeur Sanders, right? You have to imagine Cam Ward is going to go at 1 or 2. There's another headline on ESPN, right? The Titans like Ward. They're maybe flirting with the trade haul. Who knows, right? Maybe this is a smokescreen. It is kind of smokescreen season. There's a lot of fluff out there right now, but it's totally conceivable to think that the Titans could go Cam Ward at 1, right? I feel like he is the clear-cut QB1 in this class, right? So if you're the Giants, right, this move to me means they are not taking a quarterback at 3, which is just very interesting. It's like, man, why are you keeping your coach and GM then? If you're not going to go quarterback, to me, that's like a patient move to make, right? Like, oh, we're just going to sit out the quarterback draft class this year. Like, we're just going to roll with 2 old vets that, quite frankly, have their best football far behind them, right? It's like, dude, do you want to be doing that with a regime that's maybe on the way out? I don't know. Who knows, I guess. I mean, it's probably better than just drafting a guy and then all of a sudden, Daboll's gone the next year and Shane's gone the next year and the guys that brought in that rookie quarterback are no longer there. But man, for some of the stuff that I like about the Giants, I just don't get them keeping their coach and GM. But that's beside the point, right? Russ was fine with the Steelers last year. He was fine with the Broncos the year before. He's certainly better than his first year with the Broncos, but I mean, man, I just don't know how much football's left in this guy, to be honest. Jack is saying that Russ needs to call it quits. He might. I mean, he's still one of the 32 best quarterbacks in the NFL. You can certainly give him that. That might sound like a backhanded compliment. He is a starter. Beyond that, though, I don't know, man. I mean, he had a few nice games. It's just the same thing with him, right? I mean, all he really has at this point is that deep ball, and it's not bad, but he's just not the athlete he once was. His throws don't quite have the same zip that they once did, and he can't throw over the middle, and he can't really work from the pocket. And now that his athleticism is gone, he struggles with pressure a little bit more. I mean, his game has not aged well, It is kind of a bummer because he was a really fun quarterback in his prime, but he is kind of a shell of his former self now. He'll be all right with the Giants is my guess. I still think this team has a little bit of work to do on the offensive side of the ball, but maybe now they can go BPA at 3, which Caden is asking Travis or Carter if I'm at 3, if I'm the Giants. Oh, I would say Travis Hunter for sure. I mean, Abdul Carter is tempting. I think Travis Hunter is a little bit better of a prospect. And I also think, man, if you take Travis Hunter My line of thinking is there's just so many ways it could go right, right? I mean, you could think, oh, the two-way thing isn't going to work in the NFL, and maybe that's not true. But I think a better way to look at it is there are so many ways where this could go right. If you take Travis Hunter, you could have him try the two-way thing. Maybe it works, and maybe he's not playing like 100% of snaps on both sides of the ball. But if you get like 60% of snaps on offense and like 70% of snaps on defense, man, I mean, you're talking about some pretty unprecedented stuff, right? Maybe he's just a gadget-only wide receiver, but you have him play corner full-time. That works too. Or even just corner full-time or receiver full-time. I mean, I think as far as a prospect goes, as a wide receiver, I would have Travis Hunter as wide receiver one, just like straight up. Like, I think he's the best receiver in the class. I like Ted McMillan a lot. I think Travis Hunter's a little bit better. And a comp that I've seen that I kind of like for him, not necessarily build, but everything else kind of reminds me of Odell a little bit. I mean, just how good he is after the catch and how fluid he is and the insane ball skills. He's a little bit taller and longer than Odell, right? But they've got just the same rare athleticism, the way they can go get any ball, right? I mean, man, I don't know. He is a really good wide receiver. So you could have that. Or you could put him at corner. And I honestly think I might like him at corner just a little bit more. Again, just the way he's built, his ball skills. I think he could be really good in man or zone. I think he's got like all pro level ceiling at corner too, right? There's just so many ways that it could go right, I think. So I don't know. If I'm the Giants at 3, I'm taking Travis Hunter. Well, we'll see in a few weeks, but I mean, honestly, if the Titans wanted to take him at 1, I won't blame them one bit. I really won't, right? There's so many teams that could use another receiver or another corner, or you could just get both, you know? So I would probably lean Hunter. Abdul Carter's pretty good too, but there's another team I kind of like for him a little bit. But Pearchamp saying, I can't believe Jameis Winston is getting cucked by Russell Wilson. I hope Russ gets benched by week 3. It'll probably happen, right? There's no way Russ is starting every single game for him. There'll be an injury or he'll have a stinker or something. I'm going to set the line at over under 1.5 Jameis starts. I might take the over. We'll see Jameis a little bit, probably. Jack saying Russ is just hurting his legacy. Yeah, I mean, there was a few years ago, right, where it was like, oh, he's going to be a Hall of Famer, but he just completely fell off a cliff. His career is just cratered, you know? It really is a shame. I don't know if he's going to make the Hall of Fame. I think he'll be an interesting bubble case. But going to take a swig of water. Then we'll talk about Diggs to the Patriots. Another interesting move here. This one makes a little bit of sense, though, right? I mean, the Patriots just needed a wide receiver. They were waiting and waiting and waiting to bring in a new guy, right? And they do have the 4th overall pick, so they could have maybe gone one in the draft. They could have gone maybe Ted McMillan or Travis Hunter if he was still there. But man, I mean, even if they draft a guy, right, you just need another body in there. Diggs is a little bit older. He is coming off that injury, but you know, I've been saying for the past few weeks, I still think he played pretty well for Houston before he got hurt last year, right? I still think he had some good games. He still looked pretty good. He still ran some nice routes, right? Diggs is still Diggs. He's maybe not like an all-pro player anymore, but he's still pretty good. The thing you worry about, though, is he's going to be turning 32 this season, and he's coming off an injury. So there is that, and I think it's fair to worry about that a little bit. I will say, 3 years, $69 million is a lot of money. Now, the guarantees aren't crazy, which is fair to point out, right? Only 26 of that is guaranteed. And as a lot of people are quick to point out, well, you can kind of cut him after 1 year, right? That is true. I am going to steal a quote from the great Matthew Sponhour, though, right? I'm going to paraphrase him a little bit. Like, man, like when you see a contract and the first response is, oh, well, we could cut him after a year. It's like, okay, that's not good though, right? If we're already thinking like 1 year in advance, like, oh, we might cut him, you know? But I get it. I mean, they did need a wide receiver. And on the chance that like he comes out, if he comes out and he plays like he did before he got hurt last season, this is a pretty good move for the Patriots, I will say. I don't think that's a slam dunk. I don't think that's a guarantee that you get that version of Diggs. But if you do, that is a pretty nice move, right? I like some of the moves they made on defense. I was gassing up the secondary a little bit. Robert Spillane's a move that I love. They could maybe use another pass rusher, just a little bit more up front, although they did bring in Big Milt. But it's just the offense, right? I like May. I really liked what I saw from Drake May. You got to get another receiver, even after Diggs. and you got to address the offensive line. Those are the big concerns. This is not a team that's ready to compete yet, but they've at least made progress this offseason, and I'm very encouraged with what I saw from Drake May. So I'd give that, like, I don't know. I think it's like a B- signing. It's a lot of money, but it's worth it. Biased take. Hey, I've been on the Drake May train the whole time, well before our Madden franchise started, right? He was the guy that I was like praying and begging for the Vikings to get last year. I was like, oh, please, please trade up for Drake May. Dude, I was trying to speak that into existence so much. And if you go back and you watch my draft stream from last year, you can see me just start to crash out on the inside a little bit when the Patriots took him. I'm like, that's so stupid. The Patriots got the rookie quarterback I wanted and the vet quarterback I wanted because they signed Jacoby Brissett too. And I'm like, oh, the Patriots were bad for 2 years and then they get Drake May too. Some teams just have it all. You could see a little bit of salt in that stream, and I think it might have been Henry. He just like asked a question, like he was asking me about the Vikings, like tried to talk me down a little bit, but I was like, that was funny. The legendary draft stream. Oh yeah, that that is an all-timer of a stream right there, man. That is a seminal Dr. Pigskin moment. That's got to go on the Mount Rushmore Dr. Pigskin streams for sure. The Falcons taking Penix. Yeah, that's an all-time clip right there, man. That was not on my radar whatsoever. And it was the Falcons of all teams too, man. Yeah, of course, it was the Falcons. But good question from Game Solved here. Which team had the best free agency class? You know, I don't want to say the Vikings. I do like the class a lot. My take on it last week was pretty much like offensive line moves I loved. Defensive line moves, that might be like a B-. I'm a little more iffy on that. But overall, I thought they did a pretty good job. I won't say the Vikings, though. I mean, who else? The Broncos had a pretty good class. I mean, I like the moves that they made on defense a lot. I wish that they maybe would have brought in another playmaker. Well, actually, no, they got Evan Ingram. I do like the Broncos class a lot. I'm trying to see if we can just pull up a list or something. I guess these are just all like recent signings. But Broncos and Vikings, I'd say, did a pretty good job. Bears did an all right job too, right? They got some big names, but I mean, the Tooney trade was massive if you want to count that. Drew Dahlman, sure, right? That's an upgrade at center. Grady Jarrett, sure. A bit of an older guy, right? Maybe lost a step, but sure, right? You just need to add snaps, right? You need to add quality snaps. I don't know. Those are like the two off the top of my head. Oh yeah, talked about that. He's fine. Garrett Bradbury's fine. But yeah, those are some classes that I liked. I like the Cardinals. I guess the big move was like Josh Sweat. They didn't do a whole lot else beside that, and the Patriots was pretty good. Again, like the Harold Landry signing, it's fine. Whatever. Maybe Mike Vrabel can dig another good season out of him, but he's kind of fallen off a little bit. But Spillane was a move that I liked. They addressed the offensive line a little bit. They brought in a receiver. So those are some of the top guys, I'd say. Oh, the Panthers. How can I forget about the Panthers? I actually really like the Panthers class too. Tershawn Wharton. Didn't they bring in Merrick too, right? Trayvon Merrick, I think. Let me just pull up the Panthers free agency class real quick. I can never resist some Panthers talk. Nuts. And they re-signed J.C. Horn, which is a move too. Yeah, Wharton is a signing I really, really like. I think he's a really good player. Especially you put him opposite of Derek Brown too. That's a nice move on the defensive line. Yeah, Trayvon Merrick. Pat Jones, he's kind of a coverage sack merchant, to be honest. God bless him. He's a hustler. Like, I love his motor. He plays hard, and I respect him for that. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. No disrespect. This was a very fake 7-sack season. I don't think he's particularly that great, but whatever, right? The Panthers seem to love getting all these former Vikings defensive linemen. There's a tweet I saw. There's like 6 different former Viking defensive linemen that the Panthers have brought in since like 2010 or something like that. Oh, Rico Dowdle. That's a nice move too. Deepening the backfield a little bit. Yeah. And they brought back some of their guys on the offensive line. So I thought the Panthers had a pretty good class. Seahawks have been making moves. Hey, honestly, It's not. I don't think it's as bad of an off season as some people have made it out to be. Right? They're eating their vegetables a little bit. They're getting a little bit younger. They are. See, no cap. That's what they're trying to resolve right now. Is that they have no cap. Not actually, but they're cutting costs a little bit. Although they did bring in Cooper Kupp again. Oh, the run game with Kupp. That's gonna be nice. Kupp and JSN. Yeah, that'll work. Right? Yeah. But yeah, they've been busy too. Pearchamp asking, what's the weirdest free agency move in the NFL in the past 10 years? He would say Cam Newton on the Patriots. It was so odd to see the Patriots go from Tom check down Brady to Cam. Ooh, that's a good question. What are some other weird free agency moves? I mean, for me personally, right? Seeing Adrian Peterson go to the Saints, that was pretty wild, right? I mean, the writing was kind of on the wall because Peterson had dealt with injuries and legal trouble and fumbles, and he was just getting a little bit older. So it was, 2016 was his final season with the Vikings, and he got pretty banged up. I was actually at the game that he got hurt. He hurt his foot against the Packers. That was the first ever regular season game at US Bank Stadium. And he didn't come back until like week 15 against the Colts. And he was like, yo, like the Vikings, they had their 5-0 start and then they collapsed and they're fighting for their playoff lives. But here comes the big beast, Adrian Peterson, who's going to ravage the Colts. And then he went for like 30 yards and we got blown out. I was like, yeah, that's it. But yeah, he went to the Saints of all teams. And his first game with the Saints was against the Vikings in Minneapolis on Monday Night Football. Then he went to the Cardinals that season too, and I think he had like a 200-yard game with the Cardinals that season, or close to 200 yards. There was a game he went off with the Cardinals, but I don't know. Maybe a little Vikings bias right there, but that was pretty weird. But I mean, it makes sense. Like he was getting a little bit older. What are some other shocking free agency moves? I mean, the obvious one is Tom Brady, the Bucks, right? I mean, Tom Brady going anywhere else was wild. And Phillip Rivers went to the Colts that same offseason too, which was kind of weird. If you want a little throwback, here's a good one. Nnamdi Asomugha to the Eagles. I guess that was more than 10 years ago now, but I'm going to count it. I remember watching NFL Network when this news broke, and I was like freaking. I was like, no way, dude. Him and Asante Samuel, like the Eagles are going to win 15 games next year. And that was kind of the start of the dream team, right? Because the Eagles the year before were pretty good. They made the playoffs. They had Vic. That was a really fun team. They spent big in free agency, and Nnamdi Asomugha was the crown jewel. I mean, he was second to really only Revis as far as corners went, right? Perennial all-pro in the prime of his career, and he was just never the same. He was a very man-heavy corner, and they put him in a very zone-heavy scheme, right? Just didn't really work out, and boom, he was done just a few years later, right? But that, to me, that was a crazy move. Like, I remember just, dude, Nnamdi Asomugha to the Eagles. I was losing my mind. But Le'Veon Bell to the Jets, yeah, that one was weird too. Especially because he sat out the whole previous year, right? That was his whole holdout thing, right? Yeah, that one was pretty weird. And that just did not go well for him at all. Jack says, I think in terms of setting up for the future, the Hawks have done a good job. Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, they were in a tough spot, but I get the whole logic as well. We're maybe a little bit closer to a rebuild than like going all in. So, and a big part of the NFL and really just team building in any sport is you just got to pick a direction and pick the right direction to go in. So, I think it makes sense now that the dust has settled a little bit more. I think like the Geno trade is probably going to work out for both sides. I do. I'm on the Raiders bandwagon a little bit though. I can't lie. Matt Flynn to the Seahawks was supposed to be a big deal. Oh, yeah. And then Russell Wilson just swooped on in and took the job, right? Matt Flynn didn't even get a start with Seattle, I don't think. He was kind of, what's a good comp for Matt Flynn now? I mean, we all know the Matt Flynn story, right? He was Rodgers' backup, went crazy in that final game against the Lions in 2011. Got a decent-sized deal, too. I mean, the Seahawks threw a decent amount of money at him. And then after that, just nothing. Just nothing. But okay, so I'm going to switch over here. I'll get the game started here in a little bit because I got to get a warm-up game in, right? Because this is a tournament. This is very serious stuff, Only the best quality play here on Dr. Pigskin. But before I switch over, I did want to talk about some of these rule changes here. Where'd it go? Okay. So, one thing that got brought up, I believe it was yesterday, is the competition committee thinking about not only making dynamic kickoffs permanent, but I think they also want to change the yard line for touchbacks, right? Yeah, it would be a rule change that would put touchbacks at the 35-yard line. So, there's a very concentrated and strong effort to just try and make returns a part of the game again. And this is one of the rule changes I actually kind of support, right? I like the idea of the dynamic kickoff. It was not perfect year one, right? It still just drove me crazy seeing these teams just be content to just boot the ball into the end zone. It's like, dude, you are incentivized to try and put that thing in the landing zone and force a return, right? I think it's better for everyone. But, you know, we're getting there with it, but it's better than what it was, right? I mean, teams just boot it out of the back of the end zone. It became a non-factor. It was so anticlimactic. So I like that they're trying to make returns a part of the game again. And I like the idea of like, hey, we can make this safe, right? So this is the one that I support. However, a few of these other ones, I'm not going to lie, I am pretty strongly against. So this is one, I don't know how much I've talked about this actually. I know like this has been a story for a while now, right? And I'm sorry, Parachamp and Caden, but the Green Bay Packers, of all teams, submitting a proposal to ban the tush push, right? And this got actually brought up a few days ago, right? Because I know the NFL is doing their meetings right now, right? I'm not going to lie. I do not agree with this whatsoever, man. I'm sorry. I think this is a skill issue. I think it's unfair to the Eagles. And I feel like I can poke a hole in pretty much every argument against it, right? So there's a few different reasons, I don't know. Some people say, well, like it's just not fair. It's so broken, right? But it's like, well, the Eagles are like the only team that's like actually that dominant with it, right? And the Bills were pretty good with it too, right? But like there's only a small handful of teams that actually run this play like super effectively. Dude, I can't tell you how many times I've seen the Vikings try and do this, especially back in 2023. I think about that cursed Bengals game around Christmas time, right? Vikings have tried this and they never got it, dude. I swear to you, they never got it, right? And I like a quote that Nick Sirianni gave when someone asked him about it during media day, right? He's like, man, I honestly think that's unfair and a little disrespectful. Like the Eagles have spent hours and hours and hours perfecting this play, right? This is not just like some Madden money play cheese glitch or whatever, right? Like they have put in so much work to try and perfect this, and they are better at this than everyone else. And I don't think they should get punished for that, right? I mean, what? Oh, like, go balls should be banned because Jamar Chase is just too good at them and it's not fair. Or, well, we should just ban blitzes because, Brian Flores is just too good at it. It's not fair. You can only rush 4 now, So I disagree with that. There's a lot of people not a lot of people. There's like some people I've heard on like podcasts and Twitter. It's like, oh, well, it's just such an eyesore of a play. Like it's ugly, it's not pleasing to watch or whatever, right? And I'm going to do the whole old man yelling at a cloud thing, right? It's like, not every play is supposed to be pretty, right? It's football. It's supposed to be ugly sometimes. But also, I think another thing that I would say is like, okay, well, what makes the tush push, brotherly shove, whatever you want to call it, what makes it so much uglier and so much more unbearable to watch than just like a regular quarterback sneak or halfback dive or fullback dive or a punt or a kickoff or an incompletion, right? Like just because it's not pretty, like we're going to take it out of the game now, right? And the other thing was like, well, is it an injury risk or whatever, right? To me, there's always been an injury risk with that play, and you've expressed that opinion for the last couple of years. Is that Sean McDermott saying that? Dog, did the Bills run this play a lot? And also, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure I remember reading somewhere that the NFL or someone did a study on this play and found no conclusive data that this was like a more dangerous play than any other football play, right? It's not like the tush push is just like so much more violent or brutal than any other play. So I don't know. I'm a little fired up right now. Going to bat for the tush push. I don't know, man. I don't think that we can just ban it because, well, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. So Man, I hope the Vikings don't vote yes on this. I'm going to be taking names of teams that vote yes on this. Please, Vikings, don't vote for this. Come on. I hope this gets shot down. I don't know, man. I don't know. But Caden saying I don't associate with this. Hey, respect. Champ saying, I don't get why the Packers don't like this play. We did a similar play, but had our tight end take it instead of Love. Maybe the Packers are just salty for the Eagles almost breaking Love's leg. Yeah, that's right. Week 1 in Brazil. That was a whole thing. Yeah, they've tried it with Tucker Kraft, haven't they? And I think there was a Tucker Kraft quote in there. That's on me. I skimmed the article a little bit, right? I need to actually be a good journalist and read and fully consume the news, but... So that's the one proposed rule change that's got me shaking my fist, you know. Here's the other one. And this was mentioned a little bit in the Discord. I think it was last week. The Lions proposing playoff seeding by record, not division winners. I'm sorry, man. I can't get down with this. I don't think we need to change this. Like, why do we need to change this, man? I don't think there's any reason to. My big thing, above all else, my take is I have never, ever watched an NFL playoffs play out. Like, I've never finished watching a Super Bowl, reflected on the NFL playoffs and been like, well, you know, I just wish the seeding was a little bit different. I feel like this was an impure product. Like, no, dude, come on. Like, it all works out, right? And I'm all for divisions mattering, right? That's what makes the NFL so exciting. All these divisional rivalries matter so much, right? Think about that Lions-Vikings game, final game of the regular season. Would not have been nearly as cool. Stakes would not have been nearly as high if it was seeding by record. I know, like it wouldn't, you know? These divisional rivalries mean so much. And I just think that's one of the things that makes the NFL so great. And I think we should preserve that, right? Hey, my favorite team, the Vikings, quote unquote, got screwed by this, right? But I don't feel like we got screwed at all. Like, no, I'm sorry. That's just a skill issue. Like, no, if we wanted a home playoff game, we should have won our important games. We shouldn't have gotten swept by the Lions. We shouldn't have lost to the Rams, right? Or if we were really that great of a team that got screwed out of a higher seed, then why did we lose round 1, right? Like, I don't think we got screwed at all. I think it was perfectly fair. I saw one tweet where it was like, no more AFC South freebies or NFC South freebies. Like, dude, like, it'll work out in the end, right? Like, so what? Like, the Texans that got a home playoff game, like, they won, you know? Like, it wasn't a freebie, right? Like, a division winner getting a playoff spot or a home playoff game isn't a freebie. Things will work out either way. So, I don't know. I think this is just change for change. I don't support this, to be honest. And then there's one other. The Lions also proposed making defensive holding not an automatic first down. It's like, I wonder who led the league in defensive holding penalties last season by a lot. Why would they do that? But anyways, I'm being a little mean to the Lions right now. But yeah, we got Ryan Asty in here. Let's go. Welcome to the stream, Ryan Asty. Good to have you back in here. Saying, I love balls talk. Well, let's go. That was the ball. Well, I say that was the ball talk portion of that. We're going to keep the football vibes rolling here, but we're about to switch universes, as I like to say. I'm going to switch my screens here in a little bit. Caden, hoping you're ready. Jack Goffberg, I don't know if you're in the stream yet or not, but I'm hoping you're ready. I guess I haven't checked my phone or anything. But we are going to do just a little bit of Rocket League. Just a little bit of Rocket League. Play a little tournament. And while we play, of course, we'll keep the football conversations rolling. We got Kira Cat in here too, as well as GC's gaming community. Welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome back, Kira Cat. And welcome, GC's. GC's saying Panthers are going to win Super Bowl 61, and Bryce Young will be a top 8 quarterback within the next 3 years. Mark my words. Dude, I'm loving the Panthers' optimism. I'm trying to think in my head. Super Bowl 61, that's a few years from now, right? Screw it. I'll ride on that with you. Dude, I am honestly unreasonably excited about the Panthers. I love the direction they're headed in, man. I love the team they're building over there. And I really, really liked what I saw from Bryce Young. Let's go, Panthers. Keep pounding, baby. Look at that. Jack Gothberg is ready. Caden is ready. Let's freaking do this, boys. Let's go. Let's go. I have not played this game on stream before, and I just played for the first time in a minute last night just to get myself acclimated a little bit. I gotta switch the input on my actual TV too, but just a warm-up game or two. And as always, right, you guys can keep the conversation going. Just hit me with whatever's on your mind, right? Doesn't even have to be football, but This is Rocket League and Ball Talk after all. So even though we might not be on the ESPN page anymore, we're just going to be hanging out. I'll be playing this and just, yeah, having a good night. But Kier Cat, we back. Ball Talk back. Oh, yeah. You know it. You know it. All right. Let's get this party set up here. Another reason I'm doing this, too, is because if any of you guys are Rocket League players, you might know that sometimes getting a party going is kind of funky. It can get a little funky. So, and it's also fascinating. I'm doing this without being like plugged into my headset or anything. So if these guys are going to be making call outs or something, I'm not necessarily going to know, but also don't mind my, my friends list. If you want to know why, like you might see the lunatic zebra gamer tag, like what? Hey, used to be a clan tag back when I was in like 5th grade and it was sick. But here we go. Let's go. We got the fellas in here. All right. We'll warm up with some competitive here. And also, Caden, since you were so excited about your team name for the tournament, I might make you party leader here. I should change that as in my gamer tag. You know, I've thought about it. It's so iconic though. It's so hard to go away from, but I've thought about changing my gamer tag if that's what you're referring to. I won't lie. I did a NCAA college football tournament. I've done a few actually, but I did one back in August. And when I was setting up my game against someone, I I told them my gamer tag and I got clowned on. Oh, the mic situation. Yeah, I might need to figure out something for that because I'm just kind of driving right now. And yeah, I'm aggressively average at this game. I am definitely a casual. I'm not good by any means, and also I hope my buttons aren't too loud. If any of you guys are any good at this game, you might be cringing when you watch me, but it'll be entertaining, that's for sure. Defense is always a little bit of an adventure for me. And my excuse is I've never played this on stream before, so the me name is the worst offender. I'm never changing that though. That is just far too iconic. Dude, I thought I was so sick when I made that my me's name because I was like, yo, it's my gamer tag. Because I used to think that the Nintendo staff ghosts were just, oh my gosh, that was terrible. That was so bad. I used to think the Nintendo fast staff ghosts, like they're just gibberish, right? I didn't realize that the Nin stood for like Nintendo. And then there's usually like a few symbols and then their name. But I thought it was just like gibberish the whole time. So I'm like, yo, I'm going to do that. But yeah, that was a cursed me name. Christine saying drive backwards, it's easier. For you, maybe. That genuinely impresses me. How you seem to play better. Like you genuinely play better when you drive backwards. Also, I'm ball chasing like crazy right now. But yeah, I'm just kind of going no mic mode right now. I'll probably change that after this game here. But Ryan asked you with a good question about the Bucks free agency class too. I'll get to that here in a sec after I clear this. Ah, nuts. Re-signing guys and brought in Redick for edge help. I mean, I love the Chris Godwin re-signing, right? I mean, it just makes too much sense. He's a Tampa lifer, right? And he was honestly having low-key like his best season before he got injured. So, let's go. If you can get him to come back to even decent health, I mean, it just makes sense, right? And he complements Mike Evans so well. He's got a good rapport with Baker. The locker room loves him. It's perfect, right? The Redick signing, it's a bit of a gamble because we saw how it went with the Jets, right? He could go to Japan for all we know, but I think it's worth a shot. You know, Todd Bowles is one of those guys where even if he's lost his fastball as a defensive schemer, I still think overall he's a pretty good culture coach, and he does a pretty good job at getting buy-in and building a nice environment. So, you know, Redick obviously still has talent, and he had a few nice games for the Jets last year. And Tampa, I mean, Lord knows that we just, like, they need edge help, right? Like, they've tried to address it in the draft a little bit, and some of their draft picks just haven't quite hit. You know, think about, like, Joe Tryon, Shoyanka, and stuff like that. So, also, it was terrible. I like the move. It was a decent amount of money, but it was like a 1-year deal, so it's low risk, high reward, if that makes sense. You know, they could go out and win the division again for all I know, for all this Panthers hype I'm pushing right now. And if they are, they would need a good season from Hassan Reddick. But I think it's definitely in the cards. And they're a team that fascinates me for... Thank you, Jack. They're a team that fascinates me for what they might do in the draft. I really like Jihad Campbell to the Bucks. That's a pick that I really like. If you want a little spoiler, little teaser for my quote-unquote mock draft of sorts, man, that's just a pick I like a lot. Bringing him in, he can play aside Levante David right away. And then once it's time for Dear Sunshine, Levante to retire, right? Boom, you've got your next man up. Nuts. Nuts. Golly. The me name. Yeah, y'all really saw my me's name on stream. You'll see it again at some point, I'm sure. I've been thinking about doing another Wii stream here pretty soon. There's a few different games I want to play, but... Alright, we got to clutch up here. I've not been playing too well, to be honest with you. I don't even want to know my score right now. It still might be in the double digits. Gah. Yeah, it is. I'm at 96. No, I'm playing terrible. Golly. Melts, dude. I've heard that song so much. I feel like everyone that scored on me. And it's the Hatsune Miku banner, too. Alright, let's see if we can clutch up here. Ah. Nope. I feel like I'm a little more locked in now, right? I just needed to get used to the whole talking while driving thing. Oh, he missed it. Oh, no. I don't have any boost. How many of y'all are Rocket League players in here? Just out of curiosity. That game's still popping. I come back to this game every once in a while because it's pretty easy to just pick up and play, right? Even though there are some crazy sweats out there. I mean, the divide between like a casual and an actual good player is insane, right? You could be a really good casual player, but you go in like these high-ranked matches, or you go in like real competitive like pro tournaments, which I've never done, but like goodness gracious, even like if there's like a Rocket League tournament at the library or something, that would be scary. I hit that too hard, but come on, let's go, there's still hope, all right, we gotta go crazy here, Not for this game. My headset is down on the ground, that's why I haven't grabbed it yet, but all right. Can we do this? 7:42. We'll probably have time for one more game before the tournament, too. But, oh no. Got launched the wrong way. Hit it! Go! Hit it in! Hit it in! Tough. Game Solve plays from time to time. He's a diamond? Okay. I've, like, hit diamond, like, maybe once in my life. So that's what I'm working with. Alright, this is gonna look crazy. I'm about to put on the headset on stream. I'm gonna be talking into two different microphones at once. That is gonna be crazy. But I feel like that is going to help things out a little bit. But here we go. Alright, I suppose I gotta find a way to get in like game chat or something. Oh yeah, we got a party invite. Look at that. There we go. Oh, I can hear myself through the microphone. Nice. No, you're good. We could probably do one more. But yeah. Oh, I think I whiffed it. I don't know if I actually touched it or not. I was trying to hit it though. Yeah. Oh well. At least that happened in the warm-up game and not the tournament, but all right. We'll have one more here. I think the 3 tournament is at 9. Dude, I know it's weird. It's also not at 9, it's at 8. I have to switch between like talking to the stream and talking to you guys. Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean you guys are good. Yeah. This is a first for me. It's kind of crazy. Like, I'm having multiple conversations at once, you know? So much stimulation. Oh, nice. See, this is what I'm talking about with Rocket League being goofy, right? Like, Caden just got kicked, and so we have to start over, but that's how it be sometimes. Yeah, it shows that you're still in the party. Yeah. Oh, here's something. Okay. I will give a virtual cookie and a round of applause to anyone that can guess what my car is supposed to be, and also Jack's car. You see the two cars on the side, right? They're matching. I almost put this in the thumbnail, actually. I was gonna put a little joke about this in the thumbnail. If any of you guys can guess what my car is supposed to be, it's the one on the far left, I will be so happy. I have had this as my car's build for years now. It's been probably at least 5 years. It's been so long, but GameSolve saying he hit Champ once and then he fell off. Yeah, I've never touched Champ ever. That would be, dude, I'm sure it's like scary, right? I know the meme is like once you hit a certain rank, then the cars turn into airplanes, you know? Also, it's... Oh, I have to kick you. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Buzz Lightyear. That's not a bad guess, because it's got the Buzz Lightyear... It's got the Buzz Lightyear color scheme. It's Thanos' car. You remember the meme Thanos car? Let me see if I can pull it up here real quick while we get this set up. Y'all remember... If y'all remember Thanos' car, Waluigi's not a bad guess either. Oh, shoot. Okay, you might have to send me another one here. Let me pull up Thanos' car. But this was my best attempt at Thanos' car. Oh my gosh. Anyways, little blast from the past. Dude, there's no way. There's a Thanos car Hot Wheels. That's awesome. Waluigi, that's not a bad guess either, though. Dude, I like the Waluigi Joy-Cons that they have for the Switch. Like the Waluigi and Wario Joy-Cons. I almost bought those at Walmart about a month ago. But yeah, and I made the spokes so it's like an infinity gauntlet. I had way too much fun with this. It is 7:47. We could probably sneak one in. Yeah. Little warm up. Competitive. Oh, yeah. Dude, I was getting it. I'm watching myself back right now doing my little dance. I was getting it. Alright, let's see if we can get our lick back here. Let's see if we can get a little revenge in. I need to play a little better. I'm not gonna lie, I dropped a stinker last game. You know, I said the other day, not the other day, a few weeks ago, after my Madden stream, I was like, you know what? Streaming's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to stream while playing. Now, compared to like a regular 9 to 5, right? This is an incredibly easy life, right? But, I mean, man, it is low-key kind of hard to like balance playing a game with like interacting with chat. It's a muscle I'm trying to build a little bit, you know? Aerial? Nope. Yeah. My aerial game is not that strong, unfortunately. Ah. Look out! Nice. I almost slammed into y'all there. Whiff. Yeah, you might be saying that a lot, Jack. But when I'm locked in, when I'm on, I'm just very streaky, you know? I guess you could say I'm the Sam Darnold of Rocket League players. And this is my Sam Darnold against the Lions moment. Man. It's okay. Hold it down, you know? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of driving around right now. I gotta lock in. So I keep bumping my mic with my other mic. Mic on mic crime. Dude, that's just the streamer life. Oh? Ah. So I'm the greatest Rocket League player ever. I suppose, yeah. Well, see, when I play well, then I'm Seahawks Sam Darnold. Oh, I got juked. I got juked. Oh. Nice, nice. Okay, I'll hold back a little bit here just to establish defense. Oh, that was almost an own goal. There's a compilation in the works for all the own goals that I have. Oh, that was terrible. Back in like... Oh, let's go. Back in 2020, there is a clip compilation of all the own goals that I've scored. Man, it's handling this Thanos car like it's the Jet Setter. Yo, the Mario Kart references are back. Dude, look at me hit these dash panels. I'm sandbagging. Oh, I kind of centered that for him. Actually, no, that was nice. Da! My system is letting me down. Oh, yeah. Dude, I just need to be unleashed with a different playbook. Like how Jenna said KOC let Sam Darnold down. Nah. Hashtag not his fault. Oh, dude, you didn't need to point out it was a 3v2. No, you're good. Yeah. It is currently 3v2 and we're losing 2-0. Oh, I'm such a beast streamer. Come on, bro. JSN Cup and Tet McMillan will not let Darnold down. I would be genuinely impressed if the Seahawks were able to pick Tet McMillan. I feel like if they really wanted him, they'd probably have to trade up for him. There's a spot that I really like for him. Man. Oh, I mean, that would be nice if he went to the Packers, but I don't know. Uh-oh. Yeah. We're getting wiped right now. This is not good. Man. Yeah. Hey, we're getting this out now. There's a little bit more to get out. Jack saying, y'all are losing 3v2 and expecting to perform in a tournament. Just you wait. Once the switch is flipped, I'll go beast mode. They don't watch the All Six. Oh, that's a good one. The All Six. Bro, I wonder... I'm sure, like, pro Rocket League players probably have to watch tape, right? Screw it, I'm just gonna let him score. The All 5 in this case. No, I'm pretty sure there's a 6 guy out there. We just can't see him. I'm sure. I think there's a third guy out there. He's just being sneaky. Okay, we're gonna score one for the road here. No! Come on! We just need to see the ball go in the net. Let him score. All right. Tournament time. We're locked in. We're locked in. They have to watch film, right? I mean, I'm sure there's a way that they can like save replays and just like go back and like watch old games and stuff like that. But I hit the Sharpay Evans there. Ref, that's pass interference. All right. Okay, perfect. Caden is the party leader, so we can have whatever this team name is that I was promised. Game saying y'all would have won if there was fair officiating. We did get screwed by the refs. That is true, dude. There was like 6 goals we should have been awarded. I think. I need to study up on their film. You know, I'm gonna grind the tape here real quick for the next 4 minutes. Right, just gotta go back and watch the all 6. I wonder, do esports teams have coaches? They have to, right? That's interesting, though. How would you coach? I mean, I guess, like, it's just like coaching in any other sport, right? Like, you give advice on how to be better. But that's interesting. Like, what would drive someone to coaching instead of, like, playing? Because it's not like, oh, I've gotten old and I'm washed now, necessarily. I don't know. They have coaches. Dude, low-key, I wonder if there's like I feel like if I got into like a certain esport, I don't know what it'd be. I mean, Rocket League, I feel like that's got a nice esports scene. I know League of Legends is like the big one, right? But that game scares me a little bit, dude. I feel like I would just get obliterated if I tried to play that game. But that is fascinating, though, the esports culture. I feel like there's so little that I know about it. Oh yeah, no, I see it on Prize Picks all the time. You can bet on like Prize Picks and Underdog. You can bet on Counter Strike. I think League of Legends is one too. I think even Warzone is one you can bet on. Jack saying Russell Wilson should be the first black quarterback to start a season opener for the Giants ever. So could Jameis. That's crazy. I suppose, right? When you think about it, I mean, can you name another black Giants quarterback? Was Tyrod there for a little bit? I think he was, but he certainly did start the season opener. That's crazy. Yeah, Gino was there for a little bit. He did take Eli's streak, but he wasn't the season opener. That's crazy. Wow. Look at that. It's been like Eli Manning and Phil Simms and Kurt Warner and Jeff Hostetler and yeah, Y.A. Tittle. Okay, so here's a good question from Jack Gothberg. Is Eli Manning a Hall of Famer? My personal take is no. Like, if I was voting, I wouldn't vote him in. I just don't think he had quite the peak. I think he was like a good player, but like, how many seasons was he really a top 5 quarterback? You know, he had the longevity. He did win a few Super Bowls, which is nice. If he gets in, I don't think it's like the worst thing in the world, right? Because like, okay, cool. Like, we'll celebrate his career, but I personally wouldn't vote him in. But I wouldn't like start a riot if he got in, you know. Game Saw saying they probably just choose strategies instead of logistics. That makes sense. Yeah, like a game plan. That there is systems, I bet. I wonder if there's like different systems, like in League of Legends, like there's like coaching trees. I bet there is though. Oh, that's fascinating. I might need to look into that tonight. Game saying also NFC East is the first division with 4 black quarterbacks starting the season. Really? I suppose, right? Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, either Jameis or Russ, and then... Oh, who's the last team? Oh, Dak. Duh. Yeah, that's crazy. That makes sense, though. That's pretty cool. Oh, yeah. Browns trading for Dak rumors? I don't think it's going to happen. I would be surprised. Yeah. That would be kind of nuts. You know Jerry would love Shedeur Sanders. Well, I would love to have Shedeur Sanders on my football team. I'm Jerry Jones. Ah! Jack saying Eli is a Hall of Famer. Ooh, you know what? I respect it. I respect it. maybe you guys are just the same Jack, but you like have multiple accounts. NFC West about to have 3 white quarterbacks. Let's see. Purdy, Stafford, and oh my gosh, Darnold. Yeah. All right, let's see. I do understand the team name. I do understand the team name. It's a nod to a state champion wrestler. That's his Instagram. All right, here we go. It's tournament time, fellas. Oh. The color scheme here goes crazy. Let's see if we can win at least one here. You know what? If we win at least one tournament game, that means the Vikings are winning a playoff game. How we do in this tournament determines how well the Vikings will do this season. If we win the tournament, the Vikings win the Super Bowl. Ah! Nuts. All right, not a good start. Touchdown Rams. Touchdown Rams. Kyren punches it in. All right. Time to go Justin Jefferson mode. All right. Oh, big third down stop. Ah. Oh, no. Come on! Gritty. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Touchdown, Justin Jefferson. Let's go. No! Puka Nakua! 80 yards! Come on. All right. Clouded on him. Look at that. Game solved, getting fired up. Ah! Nuts. Nuts. Not Davante Adams. DK Metcalf chase down. Oh. Golly. There you go. Nice hit, Jonathan Grenard. Oh, yeah. Da! DK Metcalf. Ah. Yeah, that was nice. Alright, water. Nope, no time for water. Ball hawked by Tariq Woolen. Oh? Oh! It is 28-3 indeed. It is 28-3. All right. There's still 2 minutes left. Okay. 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 No way! No way! Playoffs? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Alright, wall shot time. No! W reference right there. Okay. No way. That was bad. I had an open net. There we go. All right. All right. All right. All right. It's a late touchdown for TJ Hawkinson. Will it be enough? Here comes the Vikings defense. Tough. Oh, I'm trying. Yay! Just take a knee. Well, one more for the road? Well, there's always second chance. No miracle at the Meadowlands here. There's second chance, though. Second chance starts at 8:15. Oh my gosh. That was tough. Yeah. So, as you can see, I'm all right. Such disrespect from D3 Rules 7093. Hey, they're pretty nice with it. They are pretty nice with it. Can't knock them. All right, post-game press conference here, right? Dr. Pigskin at the mic. You know, that was a good team that we played, and you know, obviously we think we're a good team too, but you know, just some balls didn't bounce our way. I mean, there's a lot of things I can say. We're all frustrated, and we just hope that we can go out there and, you know, we're very lucky that we have a second chance, and so we're going to give it our best. Vibes were definitely good when they scored, and Dr. Pigskin hit that nice gritty. I feel like that got everyone kind of fired up and feeling good, so I'm just going to tell the guys in the locker room, we're going to bottle that feeling, and we're going to just go from there. But thank you. Yeah, we got Parker in here. Let's go. Welcome, Parker, to the stream. Saying Jameis Wifston. Well memed, my friend. That was a good pun right there. Look at that. I kind of was Jameis Wifston a little bit. Yeah, not my best work. Not my best work. What's up? Oh, yeah. No, that was... that was crazy. Oh, man. We got a good question from Jack here for the press conference. How do you guys plan on bettering your team chemistry? Lack of communication is present. That is true. And I will say, I'm going to take ownership for that, right? Because I'm Mr. Beast streamer here with my 3 monitors, and I've got everything. And so I could be a better teammate. I'm very much like a Micah Parsons type figure, where I'm a player and I also have my own podcast. I am Marshall from Mickey 17. If y'all haven't seen Mickey 17, man, that's a fun movie. Shout out Marshall. Game Self saying the scoreboard watchers don't understand your greatness. Thank you, right? See, I feel like I'm a real Filmy's favorite player, right? I might not have crazy box scores, but those that grind the all 6 can respect some of the hits that I put in, right? And I feel like I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive. I'm going to try and blow more people up next time. Play a little bit more as like an agent of chaos, you know? Avante's perfect, if you will, you know? So maybe twist an ankle or two. So I'll keep that in mind for my game plan too, but here's to more gritties in the next time. Kaden saying we played perfect. Mm-hmm. Nice. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Can I be Jamar Chase instead? So I can gritty? Oh, all right, fair enough. I like Mike Gesicki. I'll be the Mike Gesicki of the team. He is, yeah. Game Solved asking, how do you feel about the contract extension after your positive performance in the blowout? You know, I feel like I have to reward my team for the faith that they put in me. You know, I really appreciate how much, I mean, it's nice to see dollars and cents amount for how much the team appreciates me, but I got to go in there and earn it every day, right? I mean, this is why we practice. This is why we're in the weight room. This is why we're in the thumb room, you know? So I need to earn that contract every single day, but it's definitely, it's an honor and a blessing to get that get the monetary value, but I appreciate it. So, you know, I got to go out and earn it though, but you know, it sure beats the tag. That's for sure. You know, they thought about tagging me, but they're just gonna let me rock instead. I just lifted it up a sec because I got a good question in the press conference, and y'all were like having a serious discussion, so I flipped it up. So it wouldn't be me going too clowning on him. Don't remind him that he's in the final year of his deal. He might walk out. Nah, they gave me a big money extension, right? They paid me early. Unlike they paid me early. Oh, Jack is saying I had to pay them. Oh, man. Oh. Vibes are excellent right now. He begged us to play. Shadow? We're playing Shadow? Oh no! Oh no. Yeah, I'm not explaining that one. It is Shadow. Hopefully we can play a little better this time around. Oh, wait. I know why we lost, because I didn't do my usual, right? So I intimidate the opposing team by blasting my flames on their faces. Right? I'm asserting dominance right now. And I will hold this until the match starts. Good question from Parker. Since the Giants got their QBs, who do you expect them to pick in the NFL draft this year? So, yeah, I was thinking about that a lot. Talked about it a little bit on the top of the show here, right? I do think this probably means that they're not going to go quarterback, right? I think if Travis Hunter is there, man, you got to take him. It's probably between him and Abdul Carter. If they really wanted to go Will Campbell just to solidify their line, I won't hate that either, right? Whoever the highest player is on their board, because I feel like Campbell, Hunter, and Carter will probably be the three best guys available, and they would all fill a need for them. But I might say Travis Hunter, dude. I don't know. I just think like him and Malik Neighbors would be electric. And I said, you know, they could maybe use another corner too, right? I would like that a lot, to be honest. I would be a big fan of that. But this draft is really getting interesting now, right? I mean, the Raiders no longer need a quarterback. The Giants seem like they no longer need a quarterback. You know, seems like a lot of NFL teams kind of are on the same page of like, oh, this isn't maybe a strong quarterback class. And I like that. You know, I had my whole, oh, Andrew Van Ginkel sack. Ah. Nuts. Almost double tapped it. Oh. Dude, if I would've like hit that off the corner, that would have been sick. But all right. Thank you, Parker. You know, I try my best. Big Flores coming through. Ah, not the best ball. Oh, they're already parking the bus, dude. They've already got all three of their guys back. Ah. Spags level. Oh. I guess that makes me Chris Jones. Nice. I'll at least hit it to the side. Alright. Oh! Oh! I hate when it does that. Oh. Oh! Golly, dude. They just always beat me to the ball. That's the downside of not being that great in the air, right? I mean, when those balls pop up, they are getting to them first. Yes! 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 Aaron Jones punches it in. Turn it up. Turn it up. Mark Sanchez levels of accuracy. Hey, right now I'm trying to be 09 Mark Sanchez. How about that? We'll take that. Rookie Mark Sanchez. Oops. Nice. Ah! Oh! 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 Oh. Ah, I missed it. I missed it. I missed it. I Mark Sanchez did a little bit. That was a Mark Sanchez moment. Shoot, dude. All right. Uh-oh. Okay. We survived that crisis. Uh-oh. I know, but like, what else was I supposed to do there? That's fair. Oh! Ah. Nice. I appreciate that comment, Parker. Ah, nuts. It's not my best. Okay, one more. Big gains. Alright, well, that was kind of tough. But I was hoping we would win at least one. That was not the case. Giants Eric Flowers level. Yeah, today I was. I swear I'm not actually that bad. Gosh. No, that was pretty bad, man. I can't even deny that. That was pretty rough. Well, I guess that means the Vikings are missing the playoffs. That's how this works, right? There's a direct correlation. Golly, dude. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for playing with me. um, that was tough, but maybe sometime we'll give it a little bit of time. We'll regroup. Maybe in like a month when we're a little bit more, I don't know, just yeah. We can put this back in rotation. Oh, I hit a little thumbs up there, but thank you, fellas, for helping me out with this. That was fun though, even though that kind of sucked, but. I'm going to hop back on stream. I'll probably talk for a little bit and then wrap things up here. But I'm going to turn this off. See you, boys. Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence 2021. Gold hidden in garbage. Or, yeah, 2024 Brian Thomas Jr. Or, legendary Trayvon Walker, right? Not his fault, All right, let's switch back to webcam only here. We're going to wrap things up, though. That was all I really had planned, right? It's not like it was that crazy of a day, but we had some of the news, right? We tried our best to play a tournament here. Kind of got rolled a little bit, but what can you do, man? What can you do? That was fun either way, right? It was fun to try something new, and maybe we'll get back here in like a month or two or something. We might bring this back here, try another tournament later in the depths of the off season, though. But before I go, though, I'll hit your question here, GameSolve. That's a good one. How do I feel about the Vikings signing Aaron Rodgers to add competition to the QB room? Man, I just think, I don't know. I don't mind, JJ having to go out and earn it, right? You might have seen his interview with Kay Adams today where he's like, well, they haven't told me I'm QB1 yet because, I got to go out and earn that. Great answer, by the way, right? That is a great answer. However, dog, he's got to play, right? Come on. Are we really it's not like Aaron Rodgers is going to want to be on the bench, right? He knows his time is almost up. He wants one final shot, right? He wants to go to the Vikings to play, I'd imagine. But I'm still in my camp of we're good. Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Steeler and we're good. We're going to be all right. But we'll see, man. We'll see. But I know it's been the whole thing. I just can't wait till Rodgers hopefully signs with the Steelers and puts this thing to bed. And honestly, I think he's a good fit for the Steelers too. I honestly think it would make sense from a football standpoint and just of their available options, he's definitely the best guy they could go get, right? Besides they pick 20th in the draft or something like that. Yeah. So I'm sticking with Rodgers to the Steelers. JJ can compete against, I don't know, Ryan Tannehill. And man, he better win that competition. He better win that job. How do I feel about a Sam Darnold statue outside of Lumen? Unlikely. Unlikely. Hey, go ahead and clip that though. Well, if there is one day, man, I will get dunked on, and rightfully so. But that's all I got for today, man. Just a nice little chill stream. A little bit shorter than usual, half an hour, but nothing wrong with a little gaming, a little ball talk, a little just hanging out. We are about a month away from the draft. I'm fired up for that. Draft content will be starting up here soon. I think within the next few weeks, one of my Wednesday streams will be the classic mock draft of sorts stream, right? We'll do a little more prospect talk, dive into some of these guys, and just make these matches that I really like, right? Prospect the teams. I had a lot of fun doing that last year, so I think we're going to do that again this year. But you take care too, Jack. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in. That was fun. That was a fun little Wednesday night, but y'all stay good. Y'all have a good night, and I will probably see you again here next time. Same time next week. So, yeah, that's all there is to say. Y'all have a good night, though.